for being here again. Thanks to Mayor Faulconer for partnering with us on this. I have a special place in my heart for this spot. The first thing I volunteered on in San Diego was I was the president of the Friends of the La Jolla Library. And I've always had a soft spot for libraries in my heart, and was on the city council, was able to participate in the expansion. There's a great philanthropy story behind that. I'm sure you know it, but the Jacobs were really very helpful for that. And this is my home library, and I'm happy to be here with you today. I want to start with a thank you to Sean, who's Riford's branch manager, for hosting us today, and for his willingness to be the test case. Sean, thank you. The test case in this experiment for city libraries. In this space, students, parents, and anyone with a real curiosity for science are going to have access to lab equipment that you otherwise wouldn't see outside of a university or a major corporate lab. San Diego is a world leader in scientific research. It's something Kevin and I both put primary emphasis on. And now it will lead the way in making science accessible to everybody, thanks to the vision of the San Diego Public Library system and an innovative idea from our science community who see a need to get more young people engaged in this field. So we're going to hear from several partners in the endeavor. It's my pleasure first to introduce our mayor, Kevin Faulconer.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, good afternoon. I'll try to be loud too in the library. But Congressman, thank you for being here. Thank you for your leadership. And this is a great partnership, and especially here at your home library. Now, this is exciting. This is cool. If you haven't had a chance to go in and peek next door and check out the lab, it's great. We got the kids right here in the workshop talking about DNA extraction. This is really state-of-the-art learning, curiosity, innovation. And I'm so very, very proud of all of us coming together to make this happen. And as the Congressman just said, this is the first of its kind, and probably not the last, based upon all the smiles excuse me, I saw in there, and all the great pieces of equipment and technology that we are so proud of. And you know, we are spending a lot of time in San Diego expanding and talking about innovation and our creativity, and demonstrating that not only to everybody here in California, but across the country about the great and exciting things that are happening in San Diego, from mapping the human genome to unlocking the mysteries of Alzheimer's and really finding cures for so many diseases that plague the world, such as Ebola. Our city is a leader in innovation, and it's important to offer those tools to help people get engaged at the very beginning. And this is a facility for not just for young folks, but for people of all ages. And I think that's why I'm excited, because we do a lot of great research here in San Diego, and our public libraries are on the forefront, making us the world-class city that we are. And of course, starting today, our libraries are going to add one new great aspect to it, and that's helping to boost our creativity and our creative spirit. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of libraries, as is Scott and all of you here today. You wouldn't be here if you didn't believe in our public libraries and what they mean to every single neighborhood in San Diego. They are places of education. They're places of opportunity, and increasingly, they're places of innovation as we bring more and more technology into our libraries for folks to have that opportunity to learn. And if we are to be that beacon and to grow, our libraries have to continue to be that place for both our kids and adults to come utilize and be a part of things that are very, very special. I want to thank the members of the City Council that supported me in the budget last year. They adopted unanimously, where we expanded library hours in every single branch library in the city of San Diego. We have great, remarkable facilities. That's so many people have worked hard for, the generosity to help with expansions. Keeping them open with our excellent staff on nights and weekends is very, very important. And I'm very proud of what we're doing in libraries, because I think all of us recognize, whether it's the Do Your Homework After School program that we're doing, the extra tutoring that we're doing. As I said, this is about learning and lifelong learning, and we have these abilities throughout the entire city. So I just want to say to everybody, thank you This biotech lab is a game changer for San Diego. There is no doubt in my mind that this will be the first of many. Our city really does continue to innovate. And we innovate because we work together and we collaborate. And this is something that we are very, very proud of. Again, to Congressman Peters, Scott, thank you for your continued help, your leadership. To our great library team and our leadership, Misty and Sean, thank you for believing in the power of what our neighborhood libraries mean to us here in San Diego. And thank you to Wet Labs for your partnership on this facility. This is great. This is very unique. It's something that we celebrate. And I think, again, San Diego continues to lead when it comes to the forefront of innovation and creativity. And I hope after we say a few words here today, you're all able to go in and take a peek at the lab and take a peek at the students and interrupt them just like I did to say thanks. And from our middle school kids who are having the opportunity to be a part of something special. Thank you very much.
As Kevin mentioned, no surprise San Diego is the first place to do this. A combination of our collaborative environment, the support of our strong science and research communities, and the need to educate our youth for the jobs of the future provide the right incubator for this idea. But the most exciting thing about this laboratory is the model that's created for the rest of the country to follow. Throughout our history, Americans have used our libraries as a resource and a safe place to learn, a safe place to grow. And libraries have had to change and adapt with the times. You may remember when it was revolutionary to have computers in libraries for people to do research, and it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I certainly remember that myself. When you came to the library only to check out books, it was not that long ago, not CDs or videos or other new media. This is the next adaptation. It's needed to suit the demand for more science education, more scientists in the workforce, and to help prepare our kids to take on the economy of the future. And to tell us a little bit more about the opportunities this facility will provide, I'd like to introduce Donna Mapson, who's the Education Outreach Coordinator for the Salk Institute. Donna?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Donna Mapston, and Ellen Potter and I run the Education Outreach programs for the Salk Institute. And the Salk Institute is extremely happy to be able to partner with the Jolla-Riford Library in this endeavor. One of the things that is so important in science education is getting people to understand it's not a black box, it's not a magic, system. Getting people to be hands-on with education is key. And at the Salk Institute, we've taken great pride for over 25 years in bringing our scientists to connect with students in the classrooms. And now with this type of partnership, we're going to be able to bring our scientists in to connect to the community as a whole. And that type of education opportunity to reach students of all ages is something that's near and dear to our hearts. So thank you for the opportunity.
We did want to hear from, have the opportunity to hear from Misty, if it's possible,
yes,
about the role of libraries and how science, you're innovating in terms of libraries and leading the way from San Diego. Misty.
Good afternoon. So I want to first thank Mayor Faulconer and Congressman Peters for their support of this biotech lab, but also their unwavering support of the library always. This project really was an outgrowth of La Jolla-Riford branch's staff's desire to connect to the biotech community, which has such a strong presence in this area, and to find a way to link the public to this community. The La Jolla branch manager, Sean Briley, had a fortuitous conversation with Ewan Tran, who is our emerging technology librarian. Ewan oversees our 3D lab at the Central Library and is also very connected to the maker community and the city's maker movement, the Mayor's Challenge. And in that meeting, Ewan remembered that she had talked to someone a couple of years earlier. She'd met a biology enthusiast with a do-it-yourself lab downtown, and that person was interested in having a conference at the library. So Ewan connected that person with Sean, and they met. Cameron Clark, who is the founder of Wet Labs, was the person. They met and they started talking, and that conversation gave birth to the La Jolla-Riford Biotech Lab. So for us, it's all about connections and partnerships, and I think this is the perfect example of that. This workspace supports educational workshops, demos, and it talks about the life sciences. Qualified volunteers from local biotechnology firms, research institution, and do-it-yourself bioenthusiasts are supplying the programs to educate the public about the life science and to encourage civic debate and interest in this revolutionary field. This basic safety level 1 lab offers equivalent equipment to a high school laboratory. The lab is also only open when a qualified volunteer is present. So we want to thank the wet lab for advising us on the setup of the lab and creating the first programs, including a workshop and a lecture. And they're also doing some other things around our system, which is incredible. We are continuing to partner with them as part of the advisory board as a nonprofit group of dedicated scientists committed to the idea that biology should be made public, be made available to the general public. We're also partnering with the Salk Institute, which is putting on workshops and talks at the library to bring basic biotech knowledge and skills to the general public. The library is partnering with schools in the area, including Muirfields Middle School, who are in this room doing the workshop, and La Jolla High School to provide the biotech lab for their students. We also have many homeschoolers who use the lab because this is the only access they have to this type of information. So Sean recently had a call from the Association of Women in Science who want to put on a career panel for high school girls at La Jolla, at this branch of the La Jolla Library. And they did that based on hearing about the lab and looking at the La Jolla Library website. So our mission at the library is to inspire lifelong learning through connections to knowledge in each other. And again, I reiterate that this is why this exists, is through those connections. We are natural technology facilitators, and we're guides to the future. We know that fun and educational workshops pique the interest in the sciences among young people. And so now I would like to introduce Laura Jordan-Smith, who is the Wet Lab representative.
Thank you to everyone here for helping to contribute to making this happen. As she mentioned, I'm Dr. Laura Jordan-Smith, and I'm the Public Outreach Director for the Wet Lab. Unfortunately, the founder, who she mentioned, Cameron Clark, couldn't be here today. But the overall goal for this project is to increase scientific literacy in our community, allowing everyone to be informed and engaged in current topics in biology and biotechnology. The Wet Lab is a diverse community of bioenthusiasts passionate about science. Our mission is to bring DIY bio, do-it-yourself biology, and the citizen science movement to San Diego by providing BSL 1 level laboratory facilities which are open to the public to connect professional and citizen scientists. In addition to programming here at the library, the Wet Lab also has a facility located downtown in the Fab Lab, which offers expanded opportunities for longer-term projects, mentorship, and independent experimentation. The development of the lab here was a fortuitous combination of the Wet Lab's DIY bio makerspace concept and the library staff eager to engage its life science community and the public at large. Our collective goal is to provide a cost-free, safe, and stimulating experience to people of all ages who are interested in gaining lab experience and exploring the world of molecular biology. The facility here in the library is designed to offer a basic understanding of the tools, protocols, and science behind the rapidly developing biotech industry. So working with the library to install a functional molecular biology laboratory is a revolutionary concept, and it's one that we hope will replicate in libraries across the city, state, and beyond. We believe that science should be accessible to everyone as economies and industries become more reliant than ever on advances in science and policies are revised or introduced. San Diego, as we've already mentioned, is one of the top cities for biotech in the world, yet our general community is not necessarily highly engaged in this field. We've developed programming to facilitate direct connections with professional scientists and immerse the public in both basic and cutting-edge research across a broad range of biological sciences. from marine biology to regeneration, neurobiology, genomics, and disease. We explore a range of these topics, including environmental topics from desalination to saltwater farming and soil microbiomes. In addition to the lecture series that we run here in La Jolla and also downtown at the Central Library, we also run the hands-on workshops, many hands-on workshops here. We do a lecture once a month and a workshop once a month here in La Jolla, and a lecture once a month downtown. We look forward to continuing to develop our partnership with libraries and reach broad audiences and empower people not only to understand, but to actively engage in the scientific process and participate in the current revolutions in biotechnology. I'd like to again thank Sean Briley for all of his help and work to get this to happen, and for UN Tran to get the idea rolling in the first place, and of course to Cameron Clark, who unfortunately couldn't be here. Also, I'd like to thank Dr. Callan Hyland, who is also involved in running a lot of our workshops here at the lab, and she's also the main person who is the volunteer in place in the laboratory that people can come in and talk to and learn about the facility. So thank you all.
I just want to say to conclude before we go take a look, again, Sean, we didn't hear from you, but we heard a lot about you. I want to say, I know that I appreciate, and I'm sure the mayor appreciates, people who take that kind of initiative and show that kind of leadership in the community. So we really thank you. Thank you. So finally, thanks to all of you. Thanks to Mayor Faulconer, Misty Jones, and the entire public library system for being behind this idea, investing in it. Dr. Jordan Smith and the Wet Lab team for providing crucial mentorship for local students interested in STEM. Donna Mapston and the Salk Institutes. All the San Diegans who worked highs in August, which is a big deal, right? Yeah. So, to come out today. And thanks especially to the students, congratulations to them, who are about to give us a sense of how these experiments work and what they're learning. So we'll be happy to take some questions during our tour. Thanks again for everyone coming. And thank you for supporting your libraries. Thank you.